Hello everybody, it's Bourbon Bill, and tonight, a very special episode. We're going over some 110-ish proof Ryes, moderately available, that I find delicious, to see which one's the best. Oh man, this is kind of like my best rye, but then I did exclude some that I have that are kind of more limited than these. So these aren't necessarily easy to get, but they're not the hardest thing to find. Okay, so moderately available, delicious ryes. That's the blind tonight. Rita poured these up blind for me, so we're going to be guessing, smelling, tasting, and giving you a ranking at the end. Let's meet the contenders. Peerless Double Oak Rye. One of my new favorite loves. Oh. Coming in at 110 proof. Compute, 55% alcohol by volume. At the distillery, like 130-ish, but nationwide, probably 90 to 100. The 2023 release, Sagamore Spirits 8-year-old rye. This one was like 80 doll hairs. Available nationwide, wherever Sagamore is sold, but not PA. Batch 2 comes in at 111.4 proof. Compute, 55.7% alcohol by volume. You can catch my review of this bad boy here. You know how I feel about Sagamore Spirits. Brian, you're doing great stuff over there, buddy. Keep it up. Can't say enough good things about Sagamore. Last but not least, Wilderness Trail Rye. Cast strength store pick, I might add. Coming in at 107.77 proof. Compute 53.88% alcohol by volume. So again, if you're a repeat to this channel, you know my love for Wilderness Trail. But it applies specifically to the store pick single barrel cast strength variety. Wilderness Trail is best enjoyed at cast strength, I think. This one was a 5-year, 4-month total wine pick, hailing from Albuquerque, New Mexico. So, a delicious pour. As you can see, I've been enjoying this one. The rye might be the best of their lineup, to be honest. They have a high rye bourbon and a wheated bourbon, but I like the rye the best, I think. And if you noticed, the Peerless is double oaked, obviously, so kind of finished, but it is sweet mash, low barrel entry proof, and barrel strength. Wilderness Trail is sweet mash, low barrel entry proof, and barrel strength. Probably both of them are fairly young. Just being honest, they probably are. So that's what makes good young whiskey. Don't make me go on a tirade about cheap young whiskey. That is not that. These two make good quality whiskeys that aren't necessarily super old. Just putting that out there. And then obviously the Sagamore says right on the front, it's 8-year-old MGP from Indiana. So there you go. All right, first up in the red. Let's give it a quick spin here, and oh, God, gonna be no losers tonight. This smells fantastic. Very sweet, very rye spice popping out of here. Smell the ethanol. I'm getting a nice little base of oak on this. Lot of fruits coming through. I'm getting like vanilla custard. A lot of stone fruits, peaches. Kind of peaches I'm feeling. Maybe some darker fruits in there as well coming through now. Kind of like an old berry yogurt. And then just a nice base of oak. Let's take a sip. Oh my God, is that well done? Just what I said, it's all like fruit and cream and rye spice and oak. Just so well laid together. finish just keeps going. Moderately thick on the mouthfeel. Oh, man. That is real good. I think that's a Sagamore because it just has that kind of fruity sweet rye feel to it, which is kind of what Sagamore generally goes for. Next up in the clear, well, dark, but the only one we really know the color on. Oh, this smells like a monster of chocolate, rye spice, maybe some cinnamon, and just tons of char on this one. This kind of smells like the Peerless, but let's take a sip. Golly, that's good. That's definitely the Peerless. That is just a oak monster char. That's a punch in the face type of flavor there. Wow. Probably not the most complex, but is that a big, bold, juicy flavor right there? Man, that's good. Which, if I'm right, by process of elimination, this would leave the Wilderness Trail. But let's see what our nostrils say. I don't know, this could be the Sagamore too, though. Also very fruity, creamy vanilla. A lot of caramel here. A lot of caramel. A little bit of oak in the back. I'm getting a lot of like vanilla, caramel, and some oak. There is a little bit of stone fruit peeking through, but not as much as the red glass. Gosh, what a... These all three are A pluses. Let's take a sip. Wow. Wow. Oh. A lot of delicious baking spices on that. Good pop of rye. Kind of what I said, there's a lot of vanilla caramel up front. Rye spice. A little bit of oak, and then just long baking spice rye finish. Boy, that's easy drinking. Easy drinking. Man. Okay, off camera, I'm going to have to go back through these in reverse order and kind of pick my order here. But these are all very close. And we're back. So I have a first place. Couldn't get a second or third. They're equal. I left them the same. Couldn't do it. They're both so good yet different. The green glass, like I said, was like vanilla, caramel, oak, rye spice in there. It got kind of like a little bit of leather tobacco note going on, which I really enjoyed. Going back in the reverse order here. And then the clear glass was just phenomenal. Just deep, dark, and rich. But man, so I still think my order stands. I think the green is Wilderness Trail. I think the clear is Peerless Double Oak Rye. I think our winner is actually the Sagamore 8-year. So that's where I am. That's where I am. So that's what I think. Let's get the answer key and find out. In first place in the red was Sagamore 8-year. So you might say, well, Bourbon Bill, did it really trump him? There's a couple of things we like on this channel. Deep and dark and old. Okay, and the Sagamore 8-year was older than the other two. Just came down to it. It was a better balance, ballet of flavors. It just intermixed all the flavors the best and carried the most complex flavor throughout. And that's why it won. It wasn't that it was markedly better. It just was a little bit better than the other two tonight. So, Sagamore 8-year, batch 2. Batch 2 now. Really bringing the heat tonight. That won. So in second place, both of them, was in fact the Wilderness Trail and the Peerless Double Oak Rye. If you haven't tried Wilderness Trail yet, what are you doing? If you've had just one of their 100 proofs and you're like, well, it was alright, go get a single barrel store pick from a store you trust or one you can taste first. You're going to be pleasantly surprised on them. And boy, that Peerless Double Oak Rye is a hitter of flavor. It was the most bold, brash flavor of the night, for sure. And that's our jam here. It really is. But I just couldn't deny the long finish and just the complexity of flavor on the Wilderness Trail. And the Peerless Double Oak is the newest bottle here. Just opened recently within the week. So it could get better when it opens up. I will say. But it is dang good. All three of these are A++ buys from Bourbon Bill. And there was going to be no losers tonight. The real winner here was me because I got to drink all three of them. So there you go. But again, if you can only buy one, I would grab the Sagamore 8-year Batch 2 2023. So I think we saw tonight. Please like, comment, and most importantly, hit that subscribe button, everyone. Thanks. Have a good evening.